welcome to Late to Bloom, the podcast where we talk about spirituality, philosophy, and personal growth, and creativity and stuff like that. And as you may have noticed, it has been a while since I posted this podcast, or since I posted an episode on this podcast. But today I'm at it, and I have a few ideas for future episodes. I have quite a lot of ideas, to be honest, but I haven't had the energy to record. But now I'm here, finally. In today's episode, we're going to talk about if I am a nihilistic person. I know that sounds like a weird topic to choose, but I have been thinking, and I have been thinking about that it's kind of a common thing to be nihilistic about the world as it is right now, and to be generally negative about things. I know that nihilism and negativity isn't the same thing, but I will talk about them both, not as the same thing, but I have realized that it's not that uncommon nowadays to feel a little bit nihilistic about how or where the world goes. And how things are going in the world, and I want to talk about it in today's episode. I have noticed that I have become more irritated at the world since I became disabled. So I don't know if there is a correlation between pain and chronic pain and anger or disappointment or not having the same amount of patience as I had before. I have noticed that, and it's very interesting to think about. But even when I'm thinking about it, I have had quite the same opinions even since, or well, not all opinions are since I was a teenager, but many of the things I will discuss today are things I have thinking about for a while, and I have had almost the same opinion since I was like 15 or 16. Well, almost. As I said, I did write an opinion piece that was kind of not feminist, and I'm ashamed about it now because I was ill-informed, and I have changed from that, and now I am very much a feminist. So I had my bad opinions back then. And I have evolved and developed and stuff like that. But when it comes to the world and having children and being alive on this earth, I think I have had the same opinion for a long time, because I remember telling, like, I was in a children's care home when I was in my teenage years, and I had like a person in that home that was like a contact, my contact for when I was feeling some kind of anxiety or stuff. We all the children had their own person they could go to when they felt like they needed that, and I had someone, a man. He was very good at many things, but he was also very annoying at some points, and I can even see it today that we were very similar in a way, so sometimes things just clashed between us. But I remember saying that children and having children is always a selfish choice, and you shouldn't have them if you are not 100% sure you can give them a good life, because it is an inherently selfish choice to make. And what I meant by that is exactly what I'm saying. It's an inherently selfish act, and unless you are certain about you can give them a good life, you shouldn't have them. And that was my opinion for a very long time, and even though that opinion has softened a little bit, I have softened in that area. I'm still stand by a lot of what my heart was. I standing behind a lot of what my heart meant in saying that. I wouldn't call myself an anti-natalist. Not 100%, because I see it as a spectrum more than anything else. Because there is, in the end of the spectrum, anti-natalism, and in the other extreme end, then there is pro-natalism. And I think I'm not exactly in the middle. I'm more to the anti-natalism side, but I'm not completely anti-natalist, of course. That would be extreme. And I'm not as far at that side as I was when I was younger, but I am a little bit on that side still. And I don't know, it's hard to even verbalize that out loud, because I am a proud auntie to two precious, adorable children, and I love them. I could die for them. I feel like a mother to them. I love them very much, and I want them to be here. And they are very young, so they have just arrived on this earth, and it is a little bit hard to say these things when you have children in your life that you love. But what I know for a fact is that their parents, my sister and her husband, their parents, they are good parents, and they are loved, and I couldn't see why they shouldn't have them, if that makes sense. And I'm aware that sounds like I'm biased, and of course I am, but I still think that if you are unsure, if you are on the fence, you shouldn't have them. And I know for my life that I won't have children because of that, because I have never wanted them more than wanted to be an aunt. I want to be an auntie. I love to be that crazy, funny, cozy, witchy auntie excuse me, in their lives. But I don't want children like birthing them on my own, or having biological children in any way. And that I think most people would think that is fine. And I'm not saying that my opinions are crazy, but I am a little bit conflicted in my opinions, because I have a hard time grasping why someone wants children in a world like this world. Even though I love my niece and nephew, I still wonder how anyone could bring a child into this world. I am struggling with the morals of it all, with balancing my own opinions with my own feelings towards the kids in my life. It's hard. It's very hard, and I don't know. I don't really know. I feel very sad when I'm thinking about how this world is built. It's built by men that are not in the best interest of marginalized groups. It's a very upsetting place to be in when you are marginalized, and when you have a disability, when you are queer, when you're a woman, when you're a person of color, when you're autistic, everything. It's a very it's a very depressing world to be in as a person with those things. And I think that's part of why I'm feeling the way I feel with not having children of my own. I feel like it is because of I don't want to bring them into this world. Back to what I talked about in the beginning about nihilism. To define what I mean and what it is, not what I mean but what it is nihilism is the belief or philosophy that the our lives have no meaning. It's the philosophy that the human life has no meaning, really. It can also extend to that we make up our own meaning in life, but it has no default meaning. So, not God, not spirituality, not anything like that. It's almost the opposite to having faith in a religion, for example, because in religion we see God as our purpose, and God has a purpose for our lives. And in nihilism, there is no meaning really to life. But some people also suggest that we make up our own meaning, and that is also part of nihilism. I am twisted. I am conflicted about this, because on the one end of my thought, or how to describe it, it is like my thought is a spectrum of multiple thoughts, and on the one hand I think that yes, this can be true, and on the other hand I think that I am too spiritual to be truly nihilistic. But in another way, I have changed so much in the last couple of years, ever since I got my arthritis diagnosis. For those who don't know, I have a severe type of arthritis, and I don't know really how to pronounce it in English, but it's the shortened version is just RA. But it is a severe type, a chronic type of arthritis. And ever since I got that diagnosis, I have been more nihilistic and thinking that life has no meaning, really, because my meaning has always changed a lot from time to time. And if it can change so often, do I really have a purpose at all? I don't know. I have been thinking about that I change my mind too often to really have a purpose. And I don't like it, but I have become more nihilistic the older I get, and I don't know why. And I don't know if I want it to continue or if I should put a stop to it. I don't know. I think what's bothered me the most is that progress in this world is not just slow, it's non-existent at this point. It even feels like we're taking steps back when it comes to LGBTQ stuff, women's rights, and everything. It feels like we're not even making progress at this point. We're taking steps back, and I think what's so frustrating for me is that it make me negative and losing hope. And even evil people think they are in the right. Everybody thinks they are in the right. Even bad people. Even objectively bad people. I know that opinions are subjective, but even really bad people that almost everyone can agree that they are bad, even they think they are in the right. So that's why we don't make any meaningful progress anymore. And maybe we have never done that because it feels like the history goes in circles. The history repeats itself. So is it really that strange that some of us, especially if we are people in minority groups, that we are a little bit negative and that we are a little bit becoming a little bit nihilistic about things? I don't know. I felt like I had more hope for a few years ago, but now I don't. And maybe this was a depressing episode. I don't know. But I had to let this off of my chest because I just needed to talk. I just needed to talk about this, and I couldn't really focus on anything before I let it out. So now is that out, and maybe I can focus on my own creativity as a tool to make this world a little bit brighter. Thank you for listening, and you hear from me soon in the next episode. Thank you and bye.